We're going to call the meeting to order at 7 o'clock. If we could please rise for the flag salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Route of egress: in the event of an emergency, all people may exit right or left from this room and proceed to an exit door. All doors will open from the inside. The Open Public Meetings announcement. New Jersey Open Public Meetings Law was enacted to ensure the right of the public to have advance notice and to attend meetings of public bodies at which any business affecting their interests is discussed and/or acted upon. In accordance with the provisions of this act, the Hilden Board of Education has caused notice of this.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was really, really nice of you. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Oh, that's mine, sir. In accordance with the provision of this act, the Hilden Board of Education has caused notice of this meeting to be published in the North Jersey Record Herald News, the board's official newspaper, on January 9th, 2026. Notices of this meeting indicating date, time, and place were posted publicly on the door of the main entrance of the school and filed with the clerk in the municipality of Hilden. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Serna? Here. Ms. Quadrado? Here. Mrs. Fisher? Here. Ms. Garcia? Here. Ms. Gatlin? Here. Mr. Guzman? Mrs. Johnson? Here. Mr. Williams?
Present.
And Mr. Coletta?
Present. Next, I have a motion to open the floor to a hearing of citizen on agenda items only. Motion, Ms. Serna, second, Mrs. Johnson. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, the floor is open at 7:02. We are going to start with the people in the room. Anyone who wishes to speak in the room.
Mr. Coletta, may I before?
Yes,
public
please.
speaks? Just because this is a little bit more crowded than board meetings have been in the past, board policy 0167 limits public comment to 3 minutes per speaker. I believe Ms. Augustine or Mr. Coletta is going to be timing those comments, so I just want to make sure that if at some point you are cut off or warned, we'll give you a signal when those 3 minutes are approaching their end. I just didn't want that to be news to you when you were speaking. So thank you.
And please identify yourself for the record.
Good evening. I'm Amanda Puchalowski, president of the Hilden Education Association. I'm here to speak about agenda item 7.8, reduction in force. At the March 17th board meeting, we were told the budget was balanced. We understood that state aid had been reduced, but we were also told that increased pre-K funding allowed the district to move forward with a balanced budget. Then at the April 28th meeting, the same picture was presented once again. There was not a single slide indicating otherwise. Instead, there was only a passing comment about difficult decisions needing to be made to address a $500,000 shortfall. Many of us sat here stunned, confused, listening as a member of the board congratulated the business administrator on creating another balanced budget. So we were left asking, what happened? How did we arrive at a point where 7 positions are being eliminated with no warning, no communication, or no transparency? If the staff was unaware this was happening, how could the public have known? And did the board truly consider what is best for the students at HPS? Agenda item 7.8 includes cutting a school nurse position. More than 25 years ago, HPS's student population grew to more than 750 students. Since then, HPS has maintained 2 full-time school nurses in accordance with the recommended ratio of 1 nurse for every 750 students. The role of a school nurse has only become more demanding over time, with increasing responsibilities and student needs. Eliminating a nursing position sends the message that student health and safety are not priorities of this board. The HEA does not believe that cutting a school nurse position is in the best interest of our students. Agenda item 7.8 includes cutting an SEL school counselor. One of the district's goals created by the Board of Education is social emotional learning, with a continued commitment to supporting the well-being of both students and staff. How can the district claim to prioritize student well-being while eliminating a position specifically designed to support students' emotional and mental health? Public schools are experiencing a growing number of student mental health needs, particularly in the years following the pandemic. Eliminating this position moves the district in the wrong direction at a time when student support is needed most. The HEA does not believe that cutting in the SEL school counselor position is in the best interest of students. Agenda item 7.8 includes cutting a kindergarten teacher. Research consistently shows smaller classes lead to higher student achievement. Reducing kindergarten staffing can lead to larger class sizes. She's going to continue.
Just please state your name.
Good evening, I'm Jamie Marzello, I'm the Vice President of the Hailden Education Association. So I'm just going to continue. Reducing kindergarten staffing can lead to larger class sizes at an age when students are first starting school and need the most individual attention and support. The HEA does not believe that cutting a kindergarten teacher position is in the best interest of students. Agenda item 7.8 includes cutting 2 middle school basic skills positions. Middle school basic skills teachers provide critical academic support to students who are struggling in either reading or math. Middle school is a pivotal time in a student's academic development, and targeted interventions can make the difference between a student catching up or continuing to fall behind. The HEA does not believe that cutting 2 BSI positions is in the best interest of students. We urge the board to reconsider these reductions and ask yourselves, are these decisions truly in the best interest of our students? The students of HPS deserve an investment in the services and supports that help them learn, grow, and succeed.
Nope, go ahead. Elizabeth Carr, certified school nurse. Tonight I am here to speak about the board's decision to reduce the nursing staff at the school from 2 nurses to 1. This is agenda item 7.8. While I understand that financial constraints are being experienced not only by this district, but by districts across the state, I must speak up because I believe this is the wrong decision. Let me begin by saying that Kayleen is one of the best nurses that I've worked with in my 30 years of nursing. She is kind, compassionate, knowledgeable, and deeply dedicated to the students, staffs, and families she serves. The students trust her. She is an asset to this district. What concerns me most is that not one member of this board has spent a full day in the health office witnessing what truly happens on a daily basis. School nursing is far more than handing out Band-Aids and ice packs. Every single day, we are responsible for charting, parent communication, physician communication, emergency care, IEP and 504 support, screenings, medication administration, chronic health management, state reporting, and responding to medical emergencies, all while caring for over 1,000 students and staff. To date, there are about, and I estimate because that's what I did, there are about 4,000 visits to the health office. Today, there are about 50. There's simply no realistic or safe way for one nurse to manage all of these responsibilities alone. Best practice recommendations call for 1 school nurse for every 750 students. With over 1,000 students and staff in this building, reducing from 2 nurses to 1 raises serious concerns about safety, compliance, and the ability to meet required nursing responsibilities. Is this Board of Education willing to ignore those standards and compromise the health and safety of the students and staff? I strongly urge the board to immediately reconsider this decision. This is not about staffing. It is about student safety, staff support, and the well-being of every family in this district.
Good evening. Thank you for the opportunity to speak. My name is Mia Leon. I live at 96 Avenue C in Hailden. I'm a parent in the school and an active member of this school and of the community. I am very concerned about the plan to eliminate 7 full-time positions at Hailden Public School as listed in agenda item 7.8. I respectfully ask the board to vote no on this agenda item. The positions listed are essential. These professionals support our children academically, emotionally, medically, and practically every single day. Removing a school counselor, one of only 2 nurses, intervention teachers, a kindergarten teacher, a secretary, and support staff will directly affect students and place even more pressure on remaining staff. I'm concerned not only about my own children in this school, but how this will affect every child in our district, especially students who need additional academic or emotional support or accommodations through IEPs in order to feel safe and to succeed in school. When schools become understaffed, the effects are serious and compounding. Class sizes grow, staff burnout increases, interventions are delayed, and children receive less individualized attention. I understand that school budgets are complicated and that difficult decisions sometimes must be made. However, I urge the board to carefully consider the long-term impact of cutting these vital positions. The cost of these cuts will ultimately far exceed any projected savings. I would also genuinely like to better understand not only the reasoning behind the proposal to eliminate these 7 full-time positions, but also how the district reached the point where cuts of this magnitude are being considered. Beyond the financial aspect, what outcomes or long-term goals is the board hoping this decision will achieve for this district and our students? Will this improve our test scores in any measurable way? Will this improve our ranking in the state? Most importantly, will this improve the long-term outcomes of our graduates? I think many parents would also like to understand what steps are being taken to ensure situations like this can be avoided in the future through careful planning and financial management. Our children deserve well-staffed schools with skilled professionals in the roles that support them, which is far more than a simple numbers game. Our teachers and support staff deserve the support to do their jobs effectively, and our community deserves the confidence that our schools can continue meeting the needs of our children. Again, I urge you to vote no on agenda item 7.8. Thank you for your time.
Good evening. My name is Lauren Cosgrove, and I've been the SEL counselor for the last 5 years, and I've been employed at HPS since 2011. I'm here to speak about agenda item 7.8, reduction in force. The SEL counselor plays a vital role in supporting the emotional well-being, behavior, and overall success of our students. Today's students face increasing challenges, including anxiety, stress, peer conflict, family hardship, and academic pressure. These issues directly affect their ability to learn, focus, and succeed in the classroom. The SEL position provides proactive support that helps students build resilience, self-regulation, healthy relationships, and problem-solving skills. My role as SEL counselor is not just about counseling. It's about creating a school environment where every student feels safe, connected, supported, and ready to learn. I am the only guidance counselor who supports pre-K through grade 8 students in this building. Eliminating this role would not remove student needs. It would simply shift those needs onto already overburdened teachers, administrators, and other counselors. This year alone, the guidance department handled upwards of 400 referrals from students, teachers, families seeking help. This does not include email requests, parents requesting assistance during various times of the day, and crisis situations. Without dedicated SEL support, we risk increased behavior concerns, attendance issues, mental health struggles, and loss of instructional time. During my time in this position, I have brought many programs free of cost to this district, such as Free to Be, Breaking the Cycle, therapy dog visits, NJ4S workshops, and individualized counseling to students outside of their school day, plus more. I also have led our attendance initiative. Our chronic absenteeism has decreased by 5% since 2022. These students receive individual and group check-ins, goal-setting support, home outreach, wellness checks, and communication with families. Perfect attendance celebrations and school-wide incentives have motivated students to stay engaged and connect to school. And there is a critical piece that many people not always, And there is a critical piece people may not always see. This position responds to student crises. It includes suicide and self-harm assessments, DCP&P communication, 504 and INRS case management, counseling groups, classroom lessons, referrals, support for special education students, the incorporation of calming corners in classrooms, and direct interventions for students facing emotional and behavioral challenges. I did all of that. The SEL counselor is not an extra position. It is an essential investment in school climate, student achievement, and safety. The SEL counselor position is cut. Students will lose far more than programs and activities.
Megan Sullivan, treasurer for the EGA. If the SEL school counselor position is cut, students will lose far more than programs and activities. They will lose a trusted adult to turn to when they are anxious, overwhelmed, grieving, bullied, or in crisis. When students feel supported emotionally, they are more engaged academically and more prepared to thrive. This position helps students feel seen. It helps students come to school. It helps students cope, connect, and grow. And for many children, it makes the difference between simply attending school and truly thriving in it. I ask the board to consider the long-term impact of this decision and prioritize the whole child by preserving the SEL counselor position. Thank you for your time and consideration.
Is there anybody else in the audience who wishes to be heard?
Yes. Good evening, Mr. Coletta. You all know me. My name is Lynn Naughton. I teach middle school here, history at Hampton Public School. I will be starting my 37th year in Hampton Public School. I have taught your children. I've taught some of you. You know me. You know I'm a stand-up person. You know that I come to work every day, I do my job, and I expect everybody else to do their job. I'm going to ask a rhetorical question, which means I'm not going to ask you to answer it, but I would love for you to consider it. How did we have, and this is regarding our reduction in positions, how did we have a balanced budget? And then suddenly, we are now in the hole $500,000. What happened between the balanced budget and this gap in finances? There's been no fiscal transparency that I'm aware of. I know you know this. I know you know what the sunshine laws are. We all know the same things. I have a master's degree in educational leadership. I've taught 4th grade, 5th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade. I've taught science, math, language arts. I have done it all for you. I want to continue to do it all for you, but I don't understand why we are blowing ourselves up. And I'm asking you to please consider the decisions you're making. Don't make this about what you want. Make this about what's best for the kids. I come here every day and I do what's best for the kids. You may not all like me. You may not all agree with me, but I come here every day and I do what's best for your children. We don't want to fight with you. We don't, truly. We want to have a working relationship, but there's no transparency. We had no idea what this was happening. How could this be? This doesn't follow the protocol. This doesn't follow true diligence of how you're supposed to, as a state board member, process and put forth information. Listen, maybe it's a mistake, maybe it's an error. I'm just asking you to really think about what I'm saying to you. These reductions will impact our children in the most negative way. And yes, they are my kids too. I've always considered them my kids, and you all know that. Every single one of you. So thank you for hearing me. I really hope you understand why I'm here and what I've come to convey to you. Thank you.
Good evening, Lauren Ferrer, Hilton resident. Hilton resident, also a Patterson teacher, and a delegate of the Patterson Education Association. And I'm here because meetings ago, I talked about this budget and it not being balanced, and that you guys were gonna have some problems with the budget. And being that you didn't want to lay off any teachers, I was like, you have to cut some of the other fluff. And now we want to have a superintendent search, which we don't need another superintendent if it's going to save teachers' jobs. We need, if you have over 1,100 kids in the school, you need 2 nurses. You don't need to cut a nurse. Patterson right now has gone through losing teachers, 39 positions. Okay, it was at 200 and something. So again, you have to cut the fat somewhere. You need shared services with the superintendent. You don't need another superintendent. And possibly you have like 3 vice principals or 4 vice principals. You don't need that many in a school of 1,100 kids. We have 2. We have a principal and a vice principal at my school with over 700. So you have to figure something out. You need the teachers in the classrooms. So please think about what you're trying to do here and re-look at that budget again. Again, I've been coming here and talking about this budget, and I said that we don't need to lose teachers, and you guys were, for that. You said you did not want to lose any teachers. You did not want to cut. We've had teachers right now that are almost getting tenure that got cut in Patterson. 3.5 years in. You have teachers here. Look, I'm almost a 30-yearer. You have a lot of teachers in here that need their jobs. A lot of single women, and I hate what they do to women, because this is a women-dominated profession. If I was a police officer, I would benefit because you're a man. But when it comes to women, you seem to want to cut the legs from up under us. A lot of women are single. They have children. They're trying to manage on their own. You have the young kids that are coming up, can't even pay for, they have to keep deferring these student loans. They can't even pay for these student loans anymore. And even if you wanted them to go back to school and get their master's, I have 2 masters and a bachelor's. These kids can't do that now.
No.
They
Thank
can't
you.
afford it.
Thank you.
Everyone, Charles Ferrer, Hamilton resident. I guess I wore the right jacket. So my union brothers and sisters are in a struggle. First Vice President, Madison Education Association. You just heard what my wife said, and we're watching the same thing. It's always interesting that you'll cut in the trenches. Okay, the people that have the direct contact with the students. And we're always top heavy. Okay? That's not the way that it's supposed to be. We have 1,100 at one of our middle schools. This is principal and vice principal. You don't need all that fluff there. So there's your cuts. I don't know what you're doing with your SRO. I've talked about that before. The average in the state is in the 70s. Paying somebody 140, those are jobs. Sorry. You have to make the tough cuts. And it's so easy to say the tough cuts are the people here. Those aren't the tough cuts. Those are the ones that make you somewhat feel good while you're protecting people that should go. You need to go back into your budget, look at what really needs to be cut. If you need some help, I'm available. The people here, 1 nurse in a school of 1,100, unacceptable. Unacceptable. That's not a cut you're supposed to be making. Social emotional, you care about the social emotional well-being of the students, but you're going to get rid of that person. and you really don't care about the social and emotional well-being of the students. Okay? This is not rocket science. It's not a hard thing to do. Everybody that's on here, that's a teacher, that side, put them back in the budget, find the money that you need in the other areas. Okay? You're doing a disservice. And I'm gonna say this, if you do cut these people, oh, we might call you back. My question to those people are, why would you come back? To be put in the same situation again. I told people in my district, if you come back here, I will find you and run you out myself. Don't come back here because they don't have that respect for you. Respect this profession. Give the children what they need, make your cuts in other areas. It's not hard to do. It's just that you just don't want to because it's so easy to pick on the people in the trenches. It was wrong 32 years ago. It's wrong now. That's how long I've been in education. 32, but I've only been doing this since I'm 16, and it was done wrong then. I'm 66, you're still doing it wrong. You don't cut here, you cut every other area, and you look at programs that maybe you don't need, shared service, whatever. There's free stuff out there that you could utilize and save some money on. Some of the programs that teachers have probably told you numerous times you don't really need. But you got it anyway because somebody's friend called you and said, I need you to help them out. Do what's right by these people here. Thank you.
Do we have anyone online?
Motion to close, Mr. President.
Motion, Mr. Guzman, second, Ms. Serna, all in favor? Give a motion to approve prior minutes. Motion, Mrs. Serna. Second, Mr. Williams.
Hi, excuse me, I want to speak.
I'm sorry, you have to wait till there'll be another session, at the end of the meeting. Open comment,
Okay, yeah, I just want to make sure I'm still in.
You'll have an opportunity. Right, it's, we have one more on operations.
No, we're approving prior minutes.
No, yeah, approval of prior minutes. So motion, Ms. Serna, second, Mr. Johnson. Roll call. I'm sorry, Williams, sorry.
And Mrs. Serna?
Yes.
Ms. Quadrado?
Abstaining.
Mrs. Fisher?
Yes.
Ms. Garcia?
Yes.
Ms. Gatlin?
Yes.
Mr. Guzman?
Yes.
Mrs. Johnson?
Yes.
Mr. Williams?
Yes.
And Mr. Coletta?
Yes.
Thank you.
Moving on to committee reports. The president's report will be very short. We had our first round of interviews for the superintendent CSA search. 5 candidates were selected to move on to the second round, and those interviews will be coming up shortly. We did have a county meeting yesterday where 2 of our board members were honored for their training and their achievement as a board, and that's all I have for now. Chief School Administrator Officer.
And my report's going to be very brief. We met twice with the board personnel committee. The board personnel committee gave their recommendations. I gave mine. I went forward after that. And everything else is agenda items only.
Thank you. Moving on to Business Administrator, Mrs. Augustin.
Okay. The Finance Committee met. Most of the items on the agenda for resolution is to get started for the 26-27 school year. We have our tax schedule that supports our cash flow for next year. And we also have our maintenance contracts, such as Johnson Control, the elevator contract. We have a resolution on the agenda 12.9. This is a resolution that's being circulated through all districts to ask the state to do more about the school public health costs. Districts are in dire need of help in relief because of these high increased costs, and the resolution is going to be passed tonight and will be sent to our states to help districts in the system. In addition to that, to the resolutions tonight, I have information, and I wanted to respond to some of the agenda items in personnel. So good evening, President Coletta, members of the board, the administration, and the Healthy community. Tonight, the board is tasked with voting on agendas that include several difficult personnel actions, specifically staff reductions. As a school business administrator, it is my responsibility to provide fiscal context for these decisions. While these are personnel items on paper, they are in reality the direct result of a perfect storm of financial factors that have been forced our hand and has been addressed and talked about over the last 3 budgets. For the past several years, the district has operated with fiscal restraint, often opting to do a 0% to a 2% tax levy increase. While this provided temporary relief to the taxpayers, it could not and it did not keep pace with the historic inflation affecting costs for supplies, materials, and day-to-day operations. Furthermore, we currently are navigating 3 major external financial pressures. Number 1, the expiration of the pandemic federal funding that we used to bridge the gap on salaries and also minimum salaries, not the majority of it, but also some programs that were in place that we had to reduce or eliminate. The second factor is our state aid reduction. The continued S2 funding formula, which has shifted the burden from the school and back to the local municipalities, meaning that our state aid reductions for the last 2 years has put a restraint on our finances. The third item, which is we're facing unprecedented increases in health benefit premium, double-digit increases alongside surging gas and electric prices that was unexpected this year. To be clear, the math no longer supports the current operations structure the district is under in the current revenue model that we have. In response, we prepared an aggressive and exhaustive budget to balance this year, which warranted several reductions in several areas, which was definitely mentioned during the budget presentation. We made a deep reduction and cut corners everywhere. Operations, in salaries, tuition, regular programs, special services, and transportations. We've talked back and forth with the administrators asking for more cuts in different areas. The cuts were not made because these programs weren't valued. They were made because they were necessary to ensure the district remains solvent and meet future obligations. Tonight, we have to be honest and say, as a board, you must decide at what cost do you want to continue to support the operations as is and continue on the path that we're on. And if we want to maintain the staff and the programs we currently have, we must acknowledge the current tax levy is insufficient to cover these costs. The board has the statutory authority to decide if you are willing to increase the tax levy to the percentage required to support the operations, or if we must proceed with these painful reductions. A balanced budget was presented and was approved by the state. However, the policy decision on how we fund our children's education rests with the board. We are at a crossroad with financial realities and education desires. Tonight, the vote is the manifestation of that reality. Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on to personnel and management, Mrs. Serna. Curriculum and technology, Mrs. Garcia.
Nothing to report.
Policy and public relations, Mr. Williams.
Nothing to report. Table it.
Safety and security, Mrs. Johnson.
Nothing to report.
Community engagement and extracurricular, Mrs. Quadrado.
Nothing to report.
Finance and Physical Plant, Mrs. Serna.
Agenda items only.
State and County, Ms. Quadrado.
Thank you. Good evening. I just want to provide a brief update on several state and county developments affecting school districts across New Jersey. The fiscal year 2027 state budget process is still moving along legislative review. We're monitoring potential impacts related to school aid, transportation, healthcare, and special education. Discussions also in regard to the Spark initiative, which is expected to replace the NJ4S and expands direct school-based mental health services for students statewide. We're also preparing for implementation on several new laws that are expected to take effect for the next school year, 2026-2027. And these include new requirements for students' cell phone and internet-enabled devices, as well as transportation flexibility law, allowing certain school personnel to transport students under specific background and safety requirements. Additional updates include the Safe Communities Act, and also a new law that allowed districts to enter into a 3-year preschool contract. And of course, updated Board of Education candidate petitions requirements, increasing signatures from 10 to 25. We're also reviewing or monitoring the consolidations Bill S4861, which is currently still in review. On a county level, the districts continue collaborating with youth mental health, substance use prevention, school safety, and student wellness. And as always, I will continue to update I will continue monitoring updates from the New Jersey Department of Education, and we'll share accordingly. Thank you.
Thank you. We have a attorney's report.
Just a very brief one. I'm obviously not Andy Brown. So Andy left our firm to work for the School Boards Association. So, I've been working on Hailden matters in the background. I've been at several meetings in the past, but we're just getting up to speed on our end with all the active matters. But looking forward to continuing working with you all.
Thank you. We have a motion for 6.2, the appointment of NJSBA delegates.
So moved.
Second.
Motion, Ms. Fisher, second, Ms. Quadrado. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Serna?
Yes.
Ms. Quadrado?
Yes.
Mrs. Fisher?
Yes.
Ms. Garcia?
Yes.
Ms. Gatlin?
Yes.
Mr. Guzman?
Yes.
Mrs. Johnson?
6.2.
Mr. Williams?
Yes.
And Mr. Coletta?
Yes.
President, I have a question. If I may, I would like to make a motion to go into executive session to discuss personnel before we move forward with this.
Motion, Mr. Guzman. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second, Ms. Fisher. Roll call, please. All in favor?
All in favor is fine, or no?
Roll call.
Okay, Mrs. Serna? Yes or no?
Yes.
Ms. Quadrado?
Yes.
Mrs. Fisher?
Yes.
Mrs. Garcia?
Yes.
Ms. Gatlin?
Yes.
Mr. Guzman?
Yes.
Mrs. Johnson? Yes. Mr. Williams?
Yes.
And Mr. Coletta?
Yes. Yeah, same venue, right now. I think we're good. You just gotta let the people back in the online.
So Bill, you can let them in the line.
He's done. All right, so we're just gonna motion.
Yes, I think so.
Motion for second.
Motion to return.
For second.
Motion,
Okay.
we did that. in our
Okay.
executive.
So now
All
we're
right,
just.
so we're back to number 7.
Yes. Mhm.
We have a motion to move item 7.1 through 7.10. Motion, Mrs. Serna, second, Ms. Quadrado. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Serna?
I know that this isn't an easy call, but we have to be economically responsible to the people of Hailden. Right now, the proposal on the table just doesn't cut it. It's doing the bare minimum, putting teachers at risk, It doesn't keep our teachers in the classroom. We need to restructure the administration, not the teaching staff. Our priority has to be the educators who are actually teaching our children every day. I can't support a plan that loses teachers while the administration stays the same. Let's make the hard choice to also trim off the top so we can keep our teachers in their classrooms. With that being said, I'm going to vote no on 7.7, line 3 and 4, and yes to everything else.
Okay, Ms. Quadrado,
No to lines 3 and 4 and 7.7, yes to everything else.
Mrs. Fisher,
I'm gonna vote mine in block. I'm gonna vote yes on 7.1 to 7.7, no on 7.8, yes on 7.9 and 7.10.
okay. Ms. Garcia,
Vote yes to everything except for 7.7, number 4.
Mrs. Gatlin,
I'm going to vote yes to everything except 7.7, number 4.
Mr. Guzman,
I just want to say that I did ask some certain questions, and I appreciate you, Madam BA, for all the work you've done on this, and I appreciate your transparency. And I know these are very tough decisions. This is not a knock on our administration. This is not a knock on our board leadership. We're all over here arguing with each other when we should be arguing with Trenton, New Jersey, who should be fully funding our schools. And with that being said, as of right now, I can't support this. My vote is no.
No to everything?
No to everything?
Sorry?
You're no to everything?
I'm sorry, let me, I'm gonna vote yes to everything with the exception of seven point eight.
Okay. Mrs. Johnson,
No to 7.7, line 3 and 4, yes to everything else.
Mr. Williams,
Voting yes to everything except line 3. So.
yeah.
Yes to everything except 3 and 4.
Okay. Mr. Coletta,
Yes to everything except 7.7, number 4.
okay, thank you.
Motion to move 8.1.
Motion.
Motion, Mrs. Johnson, second, Ms. Serna. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Serna,
Yes.
Ms. Quadrado,
Yes.
Mrs. Fisher,
Yes.
Ms. Garcia,
Yes.
Ms. Gatlin,
Yes.
Mr. Guzman,
Yes.
Mrs. Johnson,
Yes.
Mr. Williams,
Yes.
and Mr. Coletta.
Yes.
Thank you.
We have a motion to move items 12.1 through 12.15.
So moved.
Motion, Ms. Quadrado, second, Ms. Serna. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Serna,
Yes.
Ms. Quadrado,
Yes.
Mrs. Fisher,
Yes.
Ms. Garcia,
Yes.
Mrs. Gatlin,
Yes.
Mr. Guzman,
Yes.
Mrs. Johnson, Mr. Williams,
Yes.
and Mr. Coletta.
Yes. Does any board member have new or old business? Mr. Guzman.
I make a motion, Mr. President, for a resolution to send to our state representatives to help us find the money to close this $500,000 gap. So we can avoid any other further impact on our staff.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Second, Mrs. Serna. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Serna?
Yes.
Ms. Quadrado?
Yes.
Mrs. Fisher?
Yes.
Wait, I'm sorry. Mr. President, I have a question.
Yeah.
Will we be able to go back, and do the adjustment? I'm sorry.
We're in the middle of a, motion.
Wait till I will ask the attorney after.
Mrs. Garcia?
Yes.
Ms. Gatlin?
Yes.
Mr. Guzman?
Yes.
Mrs. Johnson?
Yes.
Mr. Williams?
Yes.
And Mr. Galetta?
Yes. You can present your question to the attorney, Mr. Williams. You can present your question to.
Mr. Attorney, Board Attorney, I had a question if we could revisit 7.7 and just revise my
You're clarifying your vote?
yes.
Okay,
All right.
Do you make the motion to do that, or?
it's fine either way. If you want a motion, is the board okay with that revision? Do you want an approval? We'll do a voice vote on to allow Ms. Williams to amend his vote.
Okay, so I'm sorry, this is clarification. 7.7, yes, except line 4.
So switching from, you had 3 and 4 as a no
Yes.
previously to
Yeah.
just 4 being a no on
Yes.
7.7, okay.
We have a motion to open the floor to a hearing of citizens on school operations. Motion is Serna, second Mrs. Garcia. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
The floor is open. Ma'am, you can come up and address the public. I know you were waiting. Please state, yes, right in the middle.
Yeah.
Just please state your name for the record, and then you have 3 minutes.
How's it going, y'all? My name is Rashad Wright. I'm here representing Teresa Romero. She was my student. I was an educator at the Patterson Public Library, and I only met her because she was trying to empower herself so she got better tools to advocate for her students and for her children and family. She now can use computers effectively. And unfortunately, in the last few days, her daughter has been suffering at the hands of this administration, and I'm going to read something she gave me on her behalf. Teresa Romero, unfortunately, is heartbroken and exhausted, and she has been failed by this district. Her daughter navigates the world with autism, ADHD, severe anxiety, an adjustment disorder, PICA. She is a fragile girl that deserves to have her needs met. School should be a safe haven, but unfortunately, it is the source of her trauma and her challenges. For months, they've been denied, deflected, and avoided from any time that they've come forward with any challenges. This administration has actively denied her the vital services and comprehensive evaluations she is legally entitled to. By withholding her the support she needs to navigate her disabilities, the school has left her entirely defenseless. Because of her vulnerability, she has been targeted and relentlessly tormented by other students, on top of not having her needs met by the school. A child with PICA who may compulsively eat non-food items under extreme stress, and a child with severe anxiety cannot simply ignore abusers. Her diagnosis makes it impossible for her to cope without intervention. Yet, when the bullying was brought to light, the school did not protect her. They did not wrap their arms around the vulnerable student. By failing to provide a safe learning environment, this school didn't just allow the bullying to happen, they became complicit in it. Every single day, she sent her daughter through those doors and was forced to watch her mental and physical health deteriorate. The very institution paid for by our taxpayers to educate and protect her has instead broken her spirit and ignored her cries for help. She's not just here asking for compliance with her IEP and safety plan anymore. She is demanding immediate accountability and is prepared to take legal measures. She demands that the denied evaluations happen immediately. that her services are fully restored, and that a zero tolerance policy is actually enforced to remove her from the line of fire of these bullies. Her daughter has a right to an education, and above all else, a right to be safe. She has been failed so far, but we believe that the power to fix these problems is here.
Thank you, sir.
Can I speak? I might not go
Hang on,
as
hang on one
well
second.
as Mr.
Hang on one second. Yeah, right, okay.
Thank you so much.
Just please state your name for the record, and then we'll
Yes.
give you 3 minutes.
My name is Teresa Romero. I'm here on behalf of my daughter, Jay Torres. That's her. She's not just a file, she's a person, as you see, right? And what happened to her? She's been hurt every day. She's been very. I'm just gonna go to everything he say, and also, you know what happened today? I just go because it's a time limit, right? You know what happened today? So the in-home therapist called the case manager to tell her about. Thank you so much. To tell her about the why my daughter cannot come. Explain her the situation that she need more services than just out of district. You know why? Because all the trauma of the bullies that caused on her, it was so impacting her emotional, mental health that it put her in more things that she need just not out of district. And then the in-home therapist was in the IP reunion, and it was denied right away. But the thing is that case manager called the police. The case manager, at 4 p.m., they came to my house. I know they're doing your job, and thank you so much, but they came to my house because the case manager called them, and then they called the in-home therapist, and then they came to my house. She had to go to have a psych eval right away. You know what was happening? They didn't want me to come. Thank God for my friend here, Mr. Rasha, that I was able to come here because otherwise I'd be until 9 p.m. But you think that's fair? That's fair to take retaliation, not just in me, also to my other child. There was like people questioning her. She has nothing to do with the counselor, but she's question her. Why is she question my child every day, harassing her? Do you think that's fair that they take retaliation for me not to come? So it was very important for me to be here. And all of this is happening because I know the teachers and the staff and everybody does their job very well. They try their best. But when you keep a kid who has all of what he described in the general education classroom, and she was kept more like she's supposed to go 5 days pull-out class. She didn't have pull-out class. She was kept there. And then I was reply, we had to move the resources around because sometimes people, the teacher had to be substituting other teachers. You think that's right? Do you think that's right? No, because IDEA is specified very clearly that if the school cannot provide the education that she needs, is supposed to still get it. It's not an excuse that they cannot provide it. And you think?
Thank you. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off.
It's okay.
Right?
It's okay. I know. I'm sorry. Thank you so much.
Can you do us a favor? Can you send in, or have your friend assist you to send in all that information to the superintendent and the appropriate chain of command, so that way it can be looked into? So we can.
That's what we're gonna talk about.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Is there anyone else on operations?
Amanda Puchalowski, president of the Health and Education Association and elementary school teacher here for the past 20 years. Heldon Public School is currently made up of administrators, teachers, aides, and support staff. And while I stand here representing the teachers, the truth is that every staff member and every student in this district is part of one community. And right now, that community is hurting. This community trusted the members of this Board of Education to do the right thing by the students. And as the Heldon Board of Education has done for decades. And instead, tonight, the members of this board decided to cut staff and also cut the VP of Student Affairs. This person, Mr. Spazzato, oversees student behavior, discipline. He supervises morning arrival. He is in charge of staff assignments, interviews, observations. He supervises all of our attendance policies and the residency. This is a decision that I have not seen in my 20 years of being here. Board of Ethics, I have stated at this Board of Ed that you will vote and to appoint the best qualified personnel available after consideration of the recommendation of the Chief Administrative Officer. So then, why is the Board of Ed inserting themselves in staffing decisions that directly impact the day-to-day operations? Authority on making educational decisions. And at the same time, we currently are in the middle of a superintendent search. And during the staff input session on April 21st, we were told that the board was seeking a superintendent and that all in-house applicants would be granted a courtesy interview. Then, we were told it's a CSA search. These are two different positions. The board spent $8,000 to ignore the recommendation of the New Jersey School Board's rep of what she told us and what is happening. So again, we're left here asking, where's the transparency and where's the plan? It's May. Contract language calls for teachers to be informed of their placements for next year. Instead, we're standing here with uncertainty. We're without an administrator. We're without communication, transparency, and an understanding of what September is going to look like for our students, our staff, and our community. The emotional toll this has taken is profound. People are anxious, discouraged, and disheartened. This is not Haledon, and this is not the community we know.
Elizabeth Carr again. I'm heartbroken. I'm heartbroken. I've been in public education for almost 25 years. I've known Dave Spazzato since the day he started at Manchester Regional High School, and I've watched him grow into the young 22-year-old fresh out of college to the assistant principal of Haledon Public School. And you don't find a better person than that. No, you don't.
These children go to him and seek him out for his guidance. As Board of Ed trustees, you have overstepped your boundaries. I know because I am a retired Board of Ed member. I always voted at the recommendation of my superintendent. You want retention? You're not going to have it. You have, in one quick move, destroyed an amazing district. You have killed morale. I will continue as every one of these members, staff members, will come in here and work their asses off because that's what we do every day.
home letting a nurse go. No clue, no clue.
Mr. Miller, do we have anybody online?
Motion to close public portion.
Actually, I wanted to speak. Yeah. I'm not held in public schools 36 years. I'm not gonna tell it. I don't understand how this came to be. Again, as an educator of 36 years, I know what the role of board members are. I know you should know what your role is. Your role is to oversee. You are the guidance. You are here, you hired all of us. You pay us all salaries because you entrust the fact that we are educated and we know how to do our job. And if our administrator, the people we are supervised by, not think we're doing a good job, it's their job to come to you and say, listen, I'm not happy with this person. I don't think this is the right fit. We're having issues. I know how the process works. This is not how this is working. You got recommendations from your building supervisor and you ignored them. You chose to become educators. And listen, I respect you all as decent human beings who are giving your time to your school and to your children. But I think you're misunderstanding your role. I also can't help but wonder why there are police here tonight. We never have police. Did you think we were some rowdy mob that was going to come for you? I don't understand. Listen, I want to work with you. I want to work for you. I do work for you. But I work for my supervisors. If I wanted the job of principal, I would apply for it because I definitely have the credentials. I don't want that job. I want to do what I think I do best for your kids. There's 4 teachers standing behind us right now who I taught. That speaks volumes, I think. You got to trust me a little bit here. You got to hear what I'm saying. And you have to understand your role as board members is not to be making educational decisions. It would be as if I hired a carpenter to decide curriculum. We wouldn't do that. You wouldn't do that. I'm sure you wouldn't. That shouldn't be what's happening here. So I really hope you will take a moment and think about what I'm saying to you and what I'm asking of you. This is the wrong direction to take our school. We need to provide that woman, and I'm sorry, I wanted to talk about that woman's child, but I'm out of time.
Thank you.
Lauren Cosgrove. I just wanted to say that Mr. Sposato was the best supervisor I ever worked for in the 5 years of counseling. He handled so much. He went all day long. He never stopped. He built relationships with the middle school students that I saw no other vice principal in the middle school make. He's built to uniform, to say the least. I don't even know how much he's contributed because I wasn't planning on speaking on this, but it's a huge loss. He's a huge component of our school, and I'm really gonna miss him. That's all I have to say.
False rare coming back for another bite of the apple. I'm just curious, what percentage did you increase property taxes?
That's a question, great question.
2%?
Correct.
See, here's the problem, because I know there were a couple of years when you didn't increase it at all. And as I talked about it then, as we continue to kick that can down the road, this is what happens. Okay, because you're afraid to increase that. My son never went to Hamilton Public School. I told you then, and I'll say it right now, that I don't have a problem as a responsible resident of this town paying whatever needs to be paid to make sure that the children here get a thorough and efficient education so that they can become productive members of society. That's your job. It's not your job to maintain low taxes because you figure if I don't, then I won't get voted back in. We made some changes on the board because we knew there were some people that needed to go. Okay? Hoping that the people that would come on would start to blend this board so that we would start doing the right thing. There's areas where you can cut. If you need to increase it, well, they increased it in Patterson 8%. Okay? And that's still not enough. So 2% is not enough. When are you going to do what's right for the children? Because they're the future. Children first. No child left behind. What are we doing? Okay. But you're protecting people that I don't really think should be in that position. And I guarantee, if I look through your budget, I guarantee you. Because before I came in education, I was in the finance business, banking, real estate, did it all. Okay? There's money, and I'm going to leave this with this last quote. Was a board member that said it to me when we were in contract negotiations in 2014. Oh, there's money. It's just not for you. So I know there's money. You just don't want to use it for them. And that's sad. And this is what we do in every district. Why people are leaving this profession. Okay, you have good people here. Some of them are going to leave because they're losing their job, and you're keeping some people that probably shouldn't have had a job in the first place. I know about nepotism. I know about cronyism, and it's alive and well in every district. There's not a district that I haven't seen it in. Okay, what are we doing, Hilden? What are you doing? Not happy. As a resident and a taxpayer, I'm telling you, I'm not happy. Fix the problem.
So I'm Jen Bolzano. I just went back and forth with my heart and my head on what the right thing to say here was, and I did prepare something to say to all of you. And I wouldn't be the person that I am and the educator that I've been here for 25 years if I didn't tell you that Mr. Torito and Mr. Spasato are two of the best men that I know. Are the trenches. I have the bruises to prove it. I can show you. It is not them versus us. We are in this together.
Yes.
All of us. Any of you and find ways to fix this. We have them. You just never brought us to the table. So I'm going to read what I prepared tonight thinking that this would happen because I didn't want to be made to feel like I wasn't important or I wasn't valued. I work my butt off here every single day, and so do those two men.
They do. Yes.
Really hoping I would not have to stand before you tonight to share this statement. Unfortunately, here I am, a dedicated educator, teacher of the year, and administrator who has donated my entire 23 years of education to Haledon Public School. There are many ways I can make this personal or sentimental, but at this point, that should not be what matters most. What should matter most are the students, the staff, and the long-term success of this district. If this board truly believes that 3 vice principals are unnecessary, then it's only fair to share with the community the data and the evidence that drove you to that decision. If we were operating in 3 separate buildings, there would be 3 separate administrators. Instead, we continue to focus on the district rather than the actual needs and realities of the school community, which are robust. Moving into the summer with only 2 of us now expected to coordinate the entire new school year is not only unrealistic, it's unheard of. It places an impossible burden on 2 individuals and ultimately impacts the students and their right to the best education and support possible. What is especially disheartening is that the 3 of us were never asked to stand before this board and fully explain the countless responsibilities we handle every single day. Ironically, at your last meeting though, your shared services personnel were given that opportunity. The community has never truly been made aware of the work this team does daily, as the boots on the ground in this building every single day. We would have proudly stood before you and shared that work because these children matter to us. Every decision we make is rooted in what's best for them. If these decisions were truly being made with students at the center, this process would look very different. A new superintendent will be given the opportunity to work alongside the three of us, assess the needs of this district firsthand, and then report back to this board on what we need for positions and personnel moving forward. The administrative team, the three of us, have ideas. We have plans, we have solutions to problems that you haven't examined yet.
Jamie Marzella, Vice President of Health and Education Association. But also to help her continue to grow, improve, and excel for our students. That opportunity is now being taken away before those conversations were ever allowed to happen. You are all responsible for the children of this district, and you are letting them down. It is not about power, politics, or control. It's about students, and they deserve better.
World, and I will continue to lead here by example for these people standing behind me.
Sure.
Hi, I'm Christina Sarkisian, teacher here. I've been here for 21 years now, and in that time, I've seen a number of administrators come and go, and I'm really disheartened by the board's decision to let Mr. Sposato. He's been an incredible vice principal, and as the teacher of 5th grade, middle school, now the reading specialist here, I've had the chance to work with the entire administrative team, and it's been amazing because everybody's been on the same page. We've all been working together. The school's been running in such an incredible way that I haven't seen in so long, and I'm so saddened by the board's decision to let go of our middle school vice principal because he has really led the middle school, and he's not only leading from a point of a vice principal, but someone who understands the needs of the kids in his counseling background. And you're not going to find that easily. So he really takes into consideration the entire child, the whole situation, and he supports them. So it's a huge loss, not only for the staff, but also for the students.
Myra Sanchez, Houghton resident, also parent, Houghton Public School. My kids have been coming to the school since pre-K, and I have to say, seeing my oldest growing up and getting into middle school, which it was challenging from 4th and up, but as soon as Mr. Sposato came into this building, I can say, I can value to that he has gone above and beyond, not only for my kids that I witnessed as a parent, but also for all the students at Houghton Public School. It is not easy in the middle school at all, and I feel that he has made such a huge difference in the upper grades where it comes to like discipline, bullying, fighting, anything, you name it. He also contacts home whenever their kids are doing well. Not always the negative, but bringing the positive. And I think his background with counseling is also important. He sat at meetings with my child and his counselor just to get a feel of what was going on, how we can help. He doesn't do that only for my kid. He does it for all the children at Houghton Public School. So it saddens me. I am really sad that he's leaving because I have to say that my son looks up to him, and now when I give him the news that he's not going to be here, when I give my husband the news that he's not going to be here, we're just all heartbroken by it. Really heartbroken. So it is sad that it was taken into this measure, but I don't know what's going to happen now in the middle school. I'm afraid now. I'm afraid for the staff and my kids being in this school. I want what's best for my students and my children. As a Houghton resident, also paying taxes. So I think family loves you. These students at Houghton Public School love you. You impacted them. You inspired them. My son looks up to him.
Good evening, everyone. Daniel Cusack, fifth grade teacher. I've been in Hildon Public School going on 15 years now. I've taught at least 3 of your students here on this board. One of the best things I think Mr. Waka did in his tenure here at HPS was to delegate the 3 different supervisors according to grade levels and specific pieces of the building. So in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th cohort, we report to Mr. Trito, and Mr. Trito is a phenomenal supervisor. We are very lucky to have him. But a piece of his job responsibility that I'm not sure that you're aware of is that he also runs our aftercare program, which he does a phenomenal job of doing as well. That means his schedule is altered from our traditional 8 to 3 timeframe. He comes in at 10. Now, Ms. Romero, who was just here talking about her daughter, who's a 5th grade student and has already experienced certain traumas and emergencies and things that have gone on within that 8 to 10 frame time of our day. And I'm just curious if you have any idea who's helping us during that time when those emergencies come up. Because remember, my supervisor is Mr. Trito, and unfortunately he doesn't come in until 10. So when those emergencies arise, do you know who the first people at our door is? Mr. Sposato and Mrs. Polizano. Every time. I needed to lean on them because emergencies happen at all times of the day. I was a million weeks pregnant last year and having a full breakdown with one of the most challenging things I've ever dealt with in my career. And Mrs. Polizano was there literally holding my hand through the whole thing. They work as a unit. We fall apart if we lose one of them. I have an additional responsibility here in the school. I work with the entire administrative team to do the hiring for Hildon Public School. I have personally brought in a number of our teachers that are standing here in this room, and I'm beyond proud to say that I had a hand in them being an incredible asset to our staff. The way that Mr. Sposato runs our building and represents this school, community, and staff is unmatched. It is a pleasure. Mr. Trito, it is a part of my job that I am beyond proud to say that I get to do, and not having that opportunity to do it with him anymore breaks my heart. The level of quality teachers that we are going to bring in is going to go down now by 1/3. And that is just the math, because I'm a math teacher.
Motion opposed?
Second.
Motion, Mrs. Serna, second, Ms. Quadrado. All in favor? Okay.
Because I'm hearing so much good things about Mr. Sposato, and I saw him how he was with the bullying.
Ma'am,
with
please,
one of my
ma'am, I'm
friends,
sorry, you had your public
Why
comment already.
isn't he the superintendent?
Thank you. All right, we have a motion for number 15-1, executive session on student matters. Motion, Ms. Quadrado, second, Mr. Johnson. All, roll call, please.
Mrs. Serna? Yes. Ms. Quadrado?
Yes.
Mrs. Fisher? Yes. Ms. Garcia?
Yes.
Ms. Gatlin?
Yes.
Mr. Guzman?
Yes.
Mrs. Johnson? Mr. Williams? And Mr. Coletta?
Yes.
I think it'll be very fast.
10 minutes. All right. Motion to adjourn, anybody? Ms. Sarna? Second, Ms. Garcia? All in favor?
Aye.
All right, meeting is adjourned at 8:55.